Hey everybody. So this week our topic is resilience. So today's workout is all about finding that strength from inside and letting that strength radiate out and carry you through. So I hope you enjoy this workout and let's get started.
Okay, so we're gonna start laying down on our back. We wanna have the knees bent and the feet planted on the floor. And this position is just a little bit easier on the lower back. It should feel nice and I don't wanna say relaxing because we're about to exercise, but it should feel, it shouldn't cause any pain in the lower back. That's why we bend the knees. And if your back is fully flush with the ground, that's fine. If you have a little space in the lower back, that's fine. Really, wherever your natural resting place is, that's where we want your spine to be. So sometimes when I first lay down, I take a little bridge just to let the back settle. So if you want to take a tiny little bridge, and then wherever you land from that little bridge, that's where you'll start. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and stick them around the rib cage. Take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to push the air out of the lungs. Then we inhale and we exhale. And we push the air out like you were blowing up a balloon. Big inhale, exhale. Last big inhale and exhale. So when I exhale and I push the air out, I feel the abs tighten up, and that's a really nice sense of stability from the core. So we're going to keep that stability, and we're going to just lift one leg up at a time, and then we're going to switch it. Okay, and then what you want to think about is not letting the pelvis move, so that's your hip bones, and not letting your trunk move. So all of your upper body is nice and relaxed, even your neck is relaxed, and we're only moving one leg at a time. And this is just a little stability warm-up. We're trying to make sure that the trunk muscles are engaged so that we're not rocking and rolling. Good, you guys. Let's do a challenge. So now we're going to lift both knees up, squeeze the knees together, and you're only going to lower the legs down as far as you can without letting your back come off the mat. And then you're going to come right back up. If you can point your toes, that's great. If you get a cramp in your foot, go ahead and flex your feet. But we want to make sure that our ankles are working, our feet are working, and that way every part of our body is engaged. And we're building our stability here. We're building that strength. We call it proximal to distal, so from the inside to the outside. So you're starting at the middle of the body and you're just radiating that strength all the way down. And up. Let's do two more. Good. Last one. Now we're going to bicycle the legs. So we'll take one leg out at a time. And the higher the legs go, the easier this exercise is. So if you want to take your bicycle up here, go for it. If you want to make it a little more challenging, we take the legs a little bit lower, maybe even right above the floor. And now I start to feel the lower stomach muscles kicking in quite a bit. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to try a challenge reaching both legs out together, both legs in together. We want to squeeze the knees together, squeeze the ankles together. We want to activate the medial line, the middle line of the body. And we want those muscles to activate all the way up. So that's why we squeeze our inner thighs together, we squeeze our ankles together. Let's go 3 more. Try to straighten your knees all the way straight. And 2. Last one. Nice job, you guys. We're going to take our legs up to the ceiling. If you have tight hamstrings, you can bend your knees a little bit. We're going to drop one leg down at a time. If your hamstrings aren't super tight, go ahead and take a nice strong straight leg, and you can do your scissor leg with a straight knee. This one's a little harder because our leg is longer in this position, and that makes it a little bit heavier. So my lower abs are getting a little more of a workout. Nice. Last one is the hardest one. We're going to glue our legs together, squeeze your knees together, squeeze your toes together. We'll lower both legs down together, both legs up together. If this one hurts your back, just bend your knees. No problem. We want to make sure that we're pressing our back into the mat so that it doesn't come off the mat. The tendency is that the weight of the legs will take the pelvis with it and you'll end up arching your back. But we don't want to put any extra strain on our back. We want to put all the effort into our stomach muscles. Let's do 3 more. 3. Ooh, 2. This is a hard one. Last one. Ah, okay. Nice, you guys. Let's bring our feet in line with our sitting bones. We want our feet to be about 6 inches away from our pelvis. So pretty far in. If you have a knee problem or a knee that doesn't bend very much, you can bring your feet out a little bit. That's okay too. But let's start with our heels in close to our glutes, hands down by your sides. We're gonna drag the heels down to lift the hips up. So you get a nice hip flexor stretch at the top. But what I want you to think about is not arching the back. So we're lifting our hips up, we're pulling our ribs down, we're squeezing our hamstrings and our glutes, which are the back of the thighs. And when we lift up into our bridge, we're really squeezing the backs of the thighs and flattening the tummy as much as possible. And that should protect the lower spine. We don't want to just thrust our spine up to the ceiling. We want to keep our spine nice and still and use our muscles in our legs and in our trunk so that our joints don't have to take the weight. Let's try 2 more, and then we'll give ourselves a little challenge. 2. Last one. So now we're gonna bridge our hips up and hold the bridge. Once you're in your bridge, we're gonna reach our left knee up, then bring it down. Then right knee up, then bring it down. So our stability that we had when both feet were on the ground, we want to try to keep that stability. So a challenge for you is to put your hands on your hip bones, and as you lift one leg, you want to monitor your hip bones and make sure that the hip is not dropping or hiking. So those are 2 ways that we try to compensate for a lack of core stability and a lack of hamstring glute stability. So make sure your hips are still. If they're not still, keep both feet on the ground, but just lift your heel up and work on your stability there. If you're ready for that challenge, we take one leg up at a time. If you feel pain in your lower back, just bring your hips down. You can do this exercise with your hips on the floor. Let's do 3 more. 3 and 2. Last one. And done. Good job, you guys. Let's slowly slide our hips back down to the ground. Now we're going to take an upper abdominal challenge. Our hands are going to go behind the head, nice and loose. You're cradling your head right under the occiput. That's where your skull meets your neck. There's a little round knob there. You want your hands to be right under that so that you can control the neck. So you're going to take a big inhale. Exhale, we curl up. We hold the curl, and then we bring it back down. We want our chin not to move too much. It's almost like you have a little soft-boiled egg under your chin and you don't want to crack the shell. So our chin stays in the same line as our trunk. And if you keep your upper body nice and still, then you'll really be curling from the upper abdominals. And I've definitely done this exercise where my head doesn't go very high, and that's okay. We want the curl to come from here. So if you don't have a lot of upper spine mobility, you might not get very far off the floor, but as long as you're feeling it in those upper abdominals, you're doing the right thing. Let's go 3 more. 2, we're still pushing the air out of the lungs. On the last one, let's curl up. We're gonna keep our curl, and now one leg comes up, other leg comes up. Here we go. It's the exercise we started with, but now it's a lot harder because our head is up. But you get a little more abdominal challenge. I'm still keeping my back nice and still on the mat. If at any point your neck gets tired, just drop your head down. And then we're going to take both knees and ankles together and take both legs down together, both legs up together, down together, up together. You have the option to put your head down at any time, but if you want a little bit more of a challenge, then you can try it with the hands behind the head. Now the hands behind the head, you shouldn't have to use your neck too much because my hands are supporting my neck. So relax your head into your hands. All the effort is happening in the abdominal area. Good, you guys, let's do 3 more. 3 and 2. Last one. Let's take a little break for our head. We're gonna do our same moves that we did before, but we're gonna try it with our head lifted. So here we go. We curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Relax your head into your hands, and we bicycle. One leg out at a time. We're trying to straighten all the way through the leg. Nice, strong, straight leg. If you can point your toes, try to reach the wall in front of you. If pointing your toes gives you a foot cramp, flex your feet. Reach through your heel. Good. Let's try both legs out together, both legs in together. Both legs out together and in together. Your back is going to stay on the mat. It's not going to wiggle and wobble. We are strong in the center. And we're now going to start to work the muscles down the legs and up the arms. Good, you guys. Okay, scissor time. We take the legs up to the ceiling. We drop one leg down at a time. I'm still resting my head in my hands. If you feel that tension creep into your neck, drop your head back. If you feel discomfort in the lower back, you can try hands under the pelvis. That will give you a little bit more leverage for the low back. And it's a good reminder where your low back is and stays. Our last exercise, it's the hardest one. Both legs down together, both legs up together. I don't have to go very far to feel my abdominals kick in, especially since we've been doing ab exercises. My abdominals are warm, they're getting tired. So I'm just gonna go about 6 inches because I wanna maintain my spinal position. I don't wanna arch the back. Let's go 3 more. And 2. And 1. And done. Nice, you guys. Okay. Oh, I feel those abs quite a bit. Let's take our hands under our hips. You don't have to go all the way under your hips, just to the sides of your hips. And we're gonna take our legs up to the ceiling. And now we're gonna take one circle with both legs. Then we're gonna reverse our circle, both legs. One big circle, both legs. We reverse the circle, both legs. So it's like, I always use the example of baking cookies. It's never fun to think about cookies when you're exercising, but when you stir the dough, when you're making cookies, you're using your arm and the spoon to stir the dough. So our legs are the lever arm, and it's gonna work the abdominals. Nice, you guys, let's add on. So we circle, we hold the legs in the center, we lift the hips up, we bring them back down. Let's reverse the circle, hold center, lift up, bring it down. If your back doesn't go that way, just hold center. If you want the challenge, add the little hip curl. It's a reverse curl. So we work a lot curling our upper body, and I think sometimes we forget to curl from the lower body. So that way you're getting the same spinal flexion just in a different direction. So sometimes one direction is a little more, it's a little more accessible than another direction. So if curling for you with your head up is challenging, try curling from your tailbone up and see how it goes. Nice, you guys. Ooh, my abs are getting tired. Let's take one more. I definitely am feeling it. Nice, everybody. Okay, here we go. We're gonna take our legs out, nice and straight, arms over the head. We're gonna roll all the way up to touch our toes. If you can get up without helping yourself, go for it. I have a little bit of a tight spine, so I give myself a little boost with my elbows. I reach over my toes and then I sit tall. And now we're gonna unwind. Roll all the way down, arms over the head. Big inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling up. If you need a boost, take one, reach over your toes, sit nice and tall. We unwind, big C curve, big inhale. Exhale, roll up. Ooh, give yourself a little push if you need one. Then sit tall, last one here. We roll down, big inhale, exhale, little boost. We come up and over. We take a lovely stretch. All right, time for some side legs. So what we're gonna do is lay down on our left side. And we want to bring our knees together. You can use your arm as your pillow. Your top hand's gonna go on your hip, your feet are in the air, and we're gonna open our top knee and close, open and close. So what we wanna focus on is not leaning back or hiking the hip. So the hip stays very still. And we're trying to activate these glute muscles in our backside. They're important for a lot of reasons, but one of the most important jobs of this side glute is to keep our pelvis stable when we're walking and running. So, and going up and down the stairs too. So we want to make sure these muscles are nice and strong so that when we're doing movements forward and backward or up and down, our pelvis isn't shifting or hiking or moving around. And that will take the shear out of the lower back. All right, let's add on. We're going to open first. Add a little kick. Bend, then close. We open, kick, bend, and close. And now I'm starting to feel that gluteus muscle kicking in. It's right back here where my hand is. If you're feeling it a lot in the front of the thigh, try to tip your pelvis forward. You can tip forward a little bit. It's going to change the angle of your leg, but that's okay. And then I really feel that back glute. So we've got a couple ways to get it into the right spot. You can also think about spiraling the thigh open before you kick. So the knee is going up, but the thigh is spiraling around. I always think of a slinky. I was born in '85, so slinkies are kind of dated, but they're this spiral toy, and that's what I always think of. It looks like a big old spring. So your leg is spiraling open like a little slinky. Good, you guys. Let's do 2 more. I'm really feeling that glute muscle kick in. Nice. Last one here. We're going to hold our leg up to the ceiling. Drop the bottom foot down, lower the top leg down, and then lift it back up. Lower down. Don't move those hips. Keep your hips nice and stable. Lower down. Back up. You should feel that glute muscle kick in really hard right here. Let's go for 3, and 2, and 1. Oof. Then we're going to bring our feet together. Let's straighten our bottom leg in line with our body. We're going to cross our top foot over our bottom leg. If this position is too much for the hips, just drop the knee to the floor and tip the pelvis forward. No problem. It's a pretty extreme position for our hip and for our knee. So take that modification if you need it. Otherwise, we're going to hold our leg with our hand, lift the bottom thigh to join the top thigh. We bring it down. We lift the bottom thigh up to join the top thigh. We bring it down. We lift and lower, lift and lower. Let's go for 4 more counts. 4, and 3, 2. On the last one, we're going to lift, hold the lift, little pulses to the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good job, you guys. So we're going to stay on this side, but we're going to prop up onto our elbow. Our knees are on the mat. And what we're going to do is, as we reach our arm over our head for a nice stretch, we're going to lift our pelvis up with it. So we're making a big arc. Then we bring it back down. We lift the hips up, reach the arm over the head, we bring it back down. You could also come to the hand, and you could get a little more range of motion if you have a wrist that doesn't bother you. So we've got 2 options. That's option 2, and then of course option 1 is on your elbow. I'm on a pretty hard floor. If you are also on a hard floor, just take your mat and fold it. And then you have double mat. You have a little cushion for your elbow because that's kind of a bony area of the body. And we want to try to be nice to those bony areas. If we have extra cushion, we can use it. Let's do 3 more. 3, and 2. Good. 1 more, you guys. Nice job. Okay, so we're going to make another challenge. We're slowly building. We're going to extend our top leg to where the foot is on the mat. So we want to keep our foot on the mat. And then our bottom knee is still going to stay down for now. Now, if your ankle doesn't get to this position, don't worry. Once we lift the hips, you'll get there. Okay, so we're coming into what I call a half plank. My top foot is on the ground. My bottom knee is still on the mat. My elbow is on the mat. I'm going to twist and lift my pelvis up a little bit, and then come back center. Twist and lift. Come back center. This is for those bottom oblique muscles. Come back center. Twist and lift. And center. 4 more, guys. You got this. 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Good job, you guys. We bring the hips down. We're slowly moving up to our full side plank. Side plank is a hard exercise, so if you are happy keeping the bottom knee on the floor, that's fine. If you want to try the full side plank, the top foot is on the mat. The bottom foot's behind the top foot, but you're on the side of the foot. And that foot placement, it just helps to keep the ankles nice and strong. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna come up into side plank. And we're just gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come down. We're gonna try a very tricky exercise. I think we can do it. Where we're bringing our bottom foot forward, and then we're gonna bring it back down. You can do this one on your knee as well. I'm gonna demonstrate it in full plank, and then I'll demo it on the knee, just so you can see the difference. We start in full side plank. We bring the bottom knee to the hand, and then bring it back center. Bottom knee to hand, and back center. If you're on your knee and elbow, it's the same move, you just don't have as much space, but that's okay. Okay, let's go 4 more, because I know you've been doing it while I've been demonstrating. 4. Big balance challenge. 3, 2. Last one. Oh my goodness. Excellent. Nice job, you guys. So let's do a little bit of back extension, and then we'll do all those leg exercises to the other side. So back extension, 2 things. If your back hurts when you do a back extension, don't do a back extension. All right, I'm gonna demonstrate just the legs. So you can just do your legs and bring them down. You don't have to add the upper back. If your back feels good, go ahead and bring your hands under your shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale. I'm gonna lift my legs and my trunk at the same time. And then bring it down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. If you have strong back extensor muscles and you can take the arms out, take the arms out. The trick to the arms being out is that the arms are not moving. My trunk is moving, and therefore my arms are connected, so they move. But the whole point of reaching the arms out is so that you can get more weight into the back extensor muscles. So it doesn't do much good to really crank the shoulder if our goal is to strengthen our back. And when we're doing back extension exercises, that's our goal. Our goal is to strengthen our extensor muscles to keep our posture really tall. So we'll do stuff for our shoulder. Don't you worry. All that side plank and regular plank, that'll be our shoulder work. So we don't need to crank the shoulder here. Let's try 2 more. 2. Nice shape. I'm just lifting the shape. Nice, guys. Let's take our swimmer. So we're gonna lift the chest, lift the legs, paddle. If you're not doing your chest, your head is down, you're doing your legs. If you're adding any upper body, go for it. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're gonna push our hips all the way back to our heels. Big U-turn for the spine. If you get a cramp in your toes, just tuck your toes under. Feet down is also an option. We're pushing our mat away from us with our hands, and we're pressing our tailbone down between the legs. Oh, so nice. Good, you guys. Okay, let's flip over. We're gonna take our other leg. So we're gonna lay on our right side. Our clamshell is first. So we use our arm as a pillow. My knees are at a 45-degree angle in front of me, and then my feet are lifted. And then from that position, I'm gonna open and close my clam. If you've done clamshells and you're like, why are we lifting our feet up in the air? The reason is we are increasing our range of motion and therefore making it a little bit harder for the glute muscles. So if our feet are down, I just don't have very much room. I don't have a lot of space down here before I start to lean back. But if I go into a little bit of internal rotation, I have somewhere to go. And then these muscles have to work a little bit harder to get there. So if you were wondering, that is the answer. We're increasing our range of motion to make it harder for our glute muscles. All right, let's add our kick. So we open first, we kick, we bend, we close the clam. What does the kick do? The kick increases the lever arm, which makes the weight heavier for the glute. So if I keep my knee bent all the time, it's lighter. It takes the weight out. If I keep my leg straight, it makes my leg a little heavier because my My lever arm is longer, so the center of gravity is changing. Good, let's take 2 more. I feel those glute muscles waking up. Last one. Good, so we're gonna take it up and hold it. Drop our bottom leg. We take our top leg down and lift it up. This one's a challenging one. I want you to take a look at your knee. Take a look at your ankle and your toes. And you want your knee, ankle, and toes not tipping in or rotating in. We want to keep our knee and toes facing our nose. Let's go for 3, and 2, and 1, and done. Whew, I felt that. Okay, so now we're gonna come up to, oh, I forgot our inner thigh. I was like, oh, I'm missing one. We're gonna cross our top leg in front of our bottom. Again, if this position is challenging for you, drop the knee to the mat, no problem. If you're in this position, go ahead and grab your ankle, hold your leg in place, and scoot your bottom leg back in line with your body. Flex your bottom toes. Try to lift that top leg to join the bottom. We're lifting from the inner thigh of the bottom leg. These muscles are also muscles that we're going to use in our side plank. I think a lot of reason people's pelvi drop in a side plank, it's not so much their abs, it's their inner thigh of their bottom leg isn't reaching towards the ceiling, and their pelvis starts to drop. So you need both. You need the abs and you need your legs in a side plank. All of them are connected to the pelvis, so if we want our pelvis to stay lifted, we have to have support from the top, the bottom, the front, and the back. And so you guys, let's lift, hold the lift, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Definitely felt that inner thigh. All right, so now we're gonna come up to our elbow. Our knees are stacked. I'm gonna give myself a little extra cushion, and we're gonna lift our hips up and reach our arm over our head. So we lift up, we reach over. Kind of like, I call it a mermaid stretch. Lift and reach. It's a nice way to start bearing weight in the shoulder. If you have a shoulder issue, just take it here. You don't even have to lift your hips up. Lifting the hips just adds a little bit more of a challenge. Let's go 3 more. 3, and 2. Good, last one. Perfect, guys. Okay, so we're gonna reach our top leg out, and now we're gonna do our twist. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep my bottom knee down. My top leg is straight. I'm on my elbow. I lift the hips up, and I'm gonna twist, reach my hand through that space I've created, and come back center. I twist and come center. Twist, center, twist, center. I lift the hips just a little. Good, everybody. Let's try 2 more. We can do it. 2 and 1. Ooh, good job. Okay, so option to progress or option to stay on your elbow. Both are valid. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into our side plank. My top foot is on the mat. My bottom foot is on the side, but it's behind the top foot. So I'll show you that way you can see. All right, so we come up, we're gonna hold side plank for 10 seconds. Ready, set, and go. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come down. All right, here comes our challenge. We're going to bring our bottom knee to our hand. Balance challenge, stability, and strength challenge. So we're putting it all together with this move. We're going to start in side plank, knee to hand, and back, knee to hand, and back. If you want to take it on your elbow, go for it. Knee to hand, and back, knee to hand, and back. 4 more here. Let's take it for 4, and 3. Ooh, balance challenge 2. Good, you guys, last one. Oh boy. Okay, so let's come on to all fours. And now we're gonna do a little bit more weight bearing, but with both shoulders this time. That'll be kind of a nice break from what we were just doing. So I like to tuck the toes under so I don't get a foot cramp. What we're gonna do is we're going to round our spine, drop our head. We're going to push our hands against the mat, just like we did in our child's pose. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, and then come back over the wrists. Let's scooch up a little bit. We're gonna push back, tailbone to heels, and then shift forward. I'm resisting both ways. I'm pushing back with my arms, resisting with my legs. And I'm pushing with my legs and resisting with my arms. So just really put your mind's eye on the push and the pull of your own body. I love strength training. I like to lift weights, but I don't need weights to get a good workout. I can use my own body weight. And as long as I know how to use my own body weight, I can get the same effects. And particularly if you've had an injury or you're recovering from something, starting with your own body weight is nice and safe before you start progressing with extra load. All right, 2 more, here we go. 2. Nice workout for the shoulder, last one. Okay, we're tucking our toes under, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Round the spine to the ceiling, try to float the knees off. And we bring it back down. We round, float the knees off. We bring it down. We round, float the knees off. We bring it down. 2 more. Round. Bring it down. Last one. Round. Down. Now we're going to take our plank. So we're going to push our hips to the ceiling first. Give ourselves a nice stretch for the calf muscles. If you do yoga, it's your down dog. I call it a pike, but it's all the same. Let's bring our legs together. We're on our toes. We're going to shift forward all the way to plank. Push back all the way to pike. When I come forward, my shoulders wrap back and down, and I push my hips to the ceiling. I'm pushing the mat away. Forward to plank, back to pike, forward, back to pike. 2 more. Forward, back to pike. Last one here. Forward, and pike. Now I'm going to walk my toes forward, then walk my hands backwards, bend the knees, take a nice slow pull up. Okay, we have a little bit more time, so we're going to do some stuff standing. So let's start with our regular squat. Our feet are going to be hips distance apart, but I'm going to face this side so you guys can see. So feet hips distance apart, we're taking our hips back and our trunk forward. Nice flat back. We come up, squeeze the glutes at the top. Hips back, chest forward. We come up, we squeeze the cheeks at the top. It's the same muscles we worked in our clamshell. And all that side body work that we did the bridging and the clamshells, all that stuff, we can put it to good use in standing. And I don't know about you, but most of my life, most of my day, I'm standing. So good to put all the pieces together into function, into what we're actually doing. All right, let's practice our balance. So we're gonna squat down first. Lift one knee up, hold the balance. Squat down, other knee up, hold the balance. I'm lucky I have a wall right here. Squat down, up, hold the balance. Squat down and hold. Let's go 4 more. Down and up. 3 and up. 2, up. And 1, up. We're gonna take our left foot back, right foot forward. The left foot's only coming back about 3 feet. We're gonna lunge down. It's the same balance, but slightly in just slightly different position. It's a little bit harder because we're in a modified tandem stance, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So we're adding another plane of motion here. Good, you guys. Let's go 4 more. I'm sweaty. 4 and 3. It's a good balance challenge. If you need to hang on to something, grab a chair, grab a wall. Nice. And let's do 1 more for good measure. That's 4. Good, you guys. Let's switch sides. Right foot back, left foot forward. We're going about 3 feet. My hip is forward, right? I don't want to stick my hip out. I want to go right forward. It's a nice little stretch. We lunge down. we lift the back knee up. We lunge down, we lift it up. If you want to add cardio, just add a hop. You can add a little hop. Or if you're like, oh, not yet, not ready, then just stick with the balance. Good, let's go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, nice you guys. Let's find a wall and we're gonna take some push-ups. So I know that camera's at a funky angle, but you wanna put your hands on the wall, walk the feet back. We're bringing our forehead to the wall, elbows go out to the side, and then we push back. I'm on a sliding surface. We go out to the side, we push back. The farther back the feet go, the harder your push-up's gonna be. If you have a countertop or a desk, you could do your push-ups up on that too. So just find something. We're gonna do 10 push-ups. 10, 9, squeeze your legs together. 8. You could also do one-legged push-up. 6. You take the leg out to the side. 3, or you could do regular push-up on the floor. 2, last one. Good. It's just a way to work the arms. All right, last thing here, guys, we're gonna take a nice wide stance. We're gonna squat down, knees out, arms out, and then stand back up. So our knees go over our toes, we squat down, we stand up. You wanna take the arms all the way over the head, go for it. If you have weights, 3-pound weights, 5-pound weights, I wouldn't do anything more than 5, but you certainly can grab your weights. I loaned my weights out and I never got them back, so I guess I need to get some more weights. Mine, I like 3s and 5s. Let's take it for 4 more. 4, and 3, 2, good. Last one, take it down, hold it. Another balance challenge, heels up, heels down, heels up, heels down. Belly button nice and tight. I feel those calf muscles working. Good balance challenge, try to keep the tailbone tucked under, belly button to the spine. Let's go 3, 2, 1. We're gonna lift the heels up. Hold the lift, little bounces. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come down, we stand up. Nice, you guys, let's take it to the mat. We're gonna sit cross-legged. If cross-legged is not a comfortable position for you, you can sit in ring sit. I like cross-legged, so I'm gonna go there. We're just gonna reach our right arm up and over to the left. Nice big side stretch. You take the head with you. I like to take a couple deep breaths here to open up the lungs, open up the rib cage. We take it to the other side. I'm driving the sit bone down to reach the arm up. I'm also not reaching my arm all the way to my ear. I'm keeping the shoulder down because I want to stretch my rib cage, not necessarily my shoulder. I want to stretch the rib cage. So the hip stays down, the shoulder stays down, and then you're really side bending from the ribs, and you're getting a little bit more true stretch in the rib cage. Now, if we want to stretch the shoulder, we certainly can. There's better stretches for it than this one. So for this one, I like to stretch the ribs. We're gonna hold and do a little twist, touch the floor, then come back up, little twist, touch the floor, back up, little twist, touch the floor, and up, last one, twist. We're gonna do the same thing with our side. We take our stretch, we twist, tap the floor, come back, twist, come back, twist, come back, and twist. Then we come all the way center. Let's take our arms over our head. This time we can let the shoulder go nice and free all the way up. And then a nice exhale. Let's do 2 more. Big inhale. Exhale. Last one. Big inhale. Exhale. And you did it. Really good job today, you guys. I like that exercise because it starts in the middle and it kind of works its way out. It's also meant to focus on some of the smaller muscles of the body that are right around the joints, like the spine and the hips, and just make sure that you have that strength from the inside out. So we're working the muscles that are closest to the joints, closest to the spine, and then we're working out from there. So this is a good, if you're really into exercise, this is a nice warm up. And if you're just getting into exercise, this is a tough workout. So hopefully it meets you somewhere right in the middle. And I hope to see you guys next time. Have a wonderful month.